40 plus means around 50 joining. They are joining very fast. But we have this
Mm-hmm.
practice of the students during lecture also. Whenever there is a
Okay,
lecture
okay.
at 10:30, they
Mm-hmm.
join in 10, 10:30, 10:05 like this. So within
Okay,
1 or 2 minutes, you will get 70 plus.
okay, okay.
So I think we'll start.
Yeah, you can do the introduction and you can start. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes. Good morning, all. On behalf of KJI, Trinity Academy of Engineering, Trinity College of Engineering and Research, KJ College of Engineering and Research. I am Santosh Darade. Welcome you all for this webinar. That is the courses on machine learning and statistics with R. So today we have very eminent personalities with us. Let me take this opportunity to introduce Dr. Deepak Sikarpur. Sir is a board member IT at AICT, member Academic Council YCMOU, Director Kinetic Communication Limited. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of KJ family. We have Mr. Sanjay Gandhi, sir. I will introduce him again when he will talk. But before that, as he joined, it's a privilege to introduce Mr. Sanjay Gandhi. He's the chairman and director Skill Age Foundation. Skill Age Foundation in association with the KGI family, we have organized this webinar. Actually, it's a very great initiative from Shikarpur sir and from Mr. Sanjay Gandhi. We have a great meeting with them. And for this, we take this opportunity to organize this webinar. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of KJI family. And
Thank
the
you.
moment when Mr. Sanjay Gandhi will join, I will again introduce him. But I welcome you, Sanjay sir. Uh, So we have Professor S.K. Shukla, coordinator CSP UP Incubation Center, IIT Bhubaneswar. He is also joining soon within 5 minutes. I welcome you all the speakers for this webinar, and I wish all every students to listen them very carefully. Now I request Dr. Deepak Shikarpur sir to start the session.
Good morning, and I thank KJ family for inviting me. Trinity College of Engineering and Group is a landmark academic institution in SPPU, and you are located also in a very picturesque location. It's like a hill station. The college starts, I'm sure students will be lucky to revisit the institute. On the way to Sasod, I have seen this college many times, and on few occasions I have entered inside also. So today, the occasion for interaction is something different. You all know the kind of situation we are getting in. COVID has created economic catastrophe all over the globe. There is no country which is left, and India is no exception. It has left many industries in doldrums. At the same time, some industries are doing extremely well, here, pharma, etc. But IT industry in general is not getting too much affected. In fact, some companies are doing extremely well, and this is because thanks to COVID, we have changed our lifestyle. So, like you are seeing office at home, learning at home, college at home. So this technology is called virtualization, and IT industry had adopted virtualization But now it has been accommodated, and many other industries are accepting virtualization. Another thing which we have to accept is sanitization and clean environment. And after a few months, when the vaccine comes, we all will get vaccinated. Before that, those who are interested can also do rapid antigen antibody tests, etc. So this is going to create new normal. But any crisis which the world hits and lifestyle of people. Uh, Last century, when some of you or most of you were not born, I used to travel to US in 90s to travel in local domestic flights. I used to be surprised because local American guns and revolvers and rifles. And those who have not visited US so far, you can see that even today in America, guns are sold across the door, like we see tea shops and tea stalls. But after 9/11, security became a new normal. And everywhere there were X-ray screening, guns were disallowed, and people had to accept security as new normal. Similarly, this virtualization is new normal. And because of this, IT industry is growing very fast. Device industry is growing very fast. In last 6 months, if you compare with previous year, sale of devices and smartphone has virtually doubled. And this has made digital device industry very attractive. Similar cases with medical devices also. Now, if you are a graduate of 2020 batch or 21 batch, then you need to understand that conventional jobs may not exist, and you need to create a different personality to stay ahead of competition, because ultimately this is a competitive world. Like you are a graduate of one college, like you, there are more than 5,000 colleges in India, and one has to compete with all of them. And this is where skills and extra certifications become very important. And this is where, in one of my articles, I had introduced a concept called plus plus. So you are B or BTech plus plus. If you create this plus plus, then you will be at an advantageous position as far as placements and career is concerned. Now let me explain you what is this plus plus. There are two pluses. It is not like C plus plus. It is B plus plus or BTech plus. First plus is skill. So you must have extra skills which are certified, and which are those skills that you can decide for yourself. I start with soft skills with English, and then hard skills enhance your career prospect. And the next plus is internship, which is work experience. So if you are a graduate with extra skills and some work experience, then your probability of getting placed suddenly becomes higher than much more than other fresh graduates, which will come out of many institutes. Against this backdrop of plus plus, let us discuss what we are going to talk for today. Experts from IIT BHU will talk to you about the domain of machine learning, AI, and R programming. See, this is a cutting edge technology, and I am sure analytics, machine learning, you have studied in syllabus also. But getting it from IIT and getting a certificate of IIT will definitely make your biodata heavy, because ultimately weight of biodata has to increase. Your weight should not increase, it should reduce, but your biodata should become heavier and heavier. And hence this course is in two parts. There is a foundation or basic course and advanced course. I thank Skill Edge Foundation for bringing this in Pune and offering it to all colleges at affordable prices, because I do a lot of career counseling. I run itcareercounseling.com, and some of you can visit that portal to interact with me differently. But many students tell me we are now investing in digital skills, and most of these skills are at very high cost, nothing less than $1,000. And you can see now $1,000 today is 75,000 rupees. So why invest so much money unnecessarily? extra money for betterment of your career in future. So let me remind you of what I have said so far in my 10-minute talk. Plus, don't forget, first plus skill and other plus is internship, work experience, machine learning, AI analytic from IIT certificate. Another important part is because of Skill Edge Foundation, we had certified successfully after completing the program. It will be uploaded on this Apna Job portal, where more than 5,000 companies access it for their requirements. So your probability of getting placed suddenly increases. In addition, Sanjay Lekar, he do vocational education for almost 20 years now, and he has individual connections with more than 2,000 IT companies. So he will offer this network to you for placement. And I'm sure KJ also has its own placement assistance. Efforts of all three entities, IIT, Skill Edge, will ensure that in this new brand of certification will change your personality, your CV will become heavier, and I'm sure all of you will have flying careers in days to come. I thank you again.
I think sir is facing some network issue.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Shukla sir is there.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, Deepak, sir, for enlightening our students on the case studies. Now, let me introduce Mr. S.K. Shukla, sir, Coordinator, CST UP Incubation Center, IIT Bhubaneswar, Varanasi. Welcome you, sir. Now, I request to start the session.
Thank you, dear. This is a great privilege to connect with Skill Edge Foundation for this type of courses. In every webinar, I have to tell something about what we are doing and how we are connected with Skill. We have a center, CSTUP Incubation Center at IIT BHU in Mechanical Department, and we are working towards the skill development and the employability of students, especially who are even not unskilled people. Also, you want to make them skilled. Form where I have to tell something about you, about the course which you are going to study. It's I have been told that you are going to study in R. So I want to tell you what is R. It's data analysis. It is based on programming environment and interpreted language, and it is used for data storage, analysis, graphing, free and open source software. So why do you need it? What are the strengths and weaknesses of this R? The strengths are free and open source, strong user community, highly extensible, flexible, high and statistical method, flexible graphics and intelligent defaults. Some weaknesses are there. It is a steep learning curve and slow for large data sets. But some basics about R indicate that it is very useful, like it is highly functional through function. This is highly functional. Strict named arguments or abbreviations in argument, like okay, 2T for true. We do like that functionality. And this is object oriented. Everything is an object. Like it is an assignment operator, and like it is less than equal to Rx when x is get the value of 5, and like that we do all these kind of analysis in our software. So what is descriptive statistics about R? It has functions for all common statistics. Summary gives lowest, mean, median, first and third quartiles, highest for numeric values. STM gives STM leaf plots. Table gives tabulation of categorical variables. So why do statistics are? This can be used for statistical modeling also. Like it is used for over 400 functions, and numerous libraries and packages are there. Distinction between factors and regressors, like categorical regressors, continuous, you must specify factors unless they are obvious to R. And then how to model. If you want to model, specify your model like this, like y is sum or mod equal to x I plus ci, where y is outcome variable and xi is main explanatory variable, ci is covariable, and plus is add term. And operators have a special meaning, like plus add term if is equal to interaction, like that. It's object oriented, so each modeling procedure produces objects, and classes and functions of each object are very clear. So in that case, you need to know the synopsis of operators, modeling examples like regression, multivariate techniques, and finally effective data handling and storage, good graphical facilities and display, well developed simple effective programming, and these all are possible with this R software. So this is very important. In last course, the webinar, it was discussed about the machine learning, and machine learning R is very important. If you want to add those both things, it would be a great platform and great skill for employment in the market. So it's a right time where this has been started by Sri Gandhiji as a skill development program on machine learning. I told you machine learning is a study of algorithm that improve their performance at some tasks with experience. So well-defined learning task is given is PTE under bracket, which means it can give a traditional programming and this traditional programming, like data and program you give in the computer, it gives output, and in machine learning, this data and output gives the program, and this program can be easily used with the help of analysis. Descriptor analysis can be done by the R. So in that case, both are very important if you are going to for any like web search, computational biology, finance, e-commerce, space exploration, robotics, information extraction, social networks, debugging software. They are all application. It means e-commerce itself is a very big application where a lot of job opportunities is going to come in coming days, because everything is going to be online in e-mode, and even in vehicles, automotive vehicles, the autonomous cars is also one of the example for using the machine learning. So deep learning and machine learning incorporated with statistics, R language, this is a great thing to learn, and I hope that in coming days, you this course you will learn many things. And I once again thank you to Sri Gandhiji for having me as an expert in this webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gandhi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time from Varanasi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I think we have Mr. Commander Pradeep Jaswani, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Jaswani sir, have you joined?
Yeah, I just joined. Yeah.
Welcome,
Yeah,
sir.
please.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah. So, dear students, today we have expert Commander Mr. Pradeep Jaswani. He is the Chief Operating Officer, JP Research India Private Limited. He is having 25 years of experience in Indian Navy and 7+ years experience in skill development, big data analytics, and cyber security. So today we have a great facility. Dear students, now it's time to listen very carefully. to sir. Sir, I welcome you on behalf of KGI family once again, and I request you to start the session.
Thank you so much, sir. And at the outset, a very good morning to all of you and all the students who have joined this webinar and being part of this great initiative. And before I go to the presentation, there's a small presentation where which probably we will use it slightly later in the talk. But before that, I'm sure just like to give you some real life examples of how things are moving now. If you many of you must be using something like net banking or banking transactions online. How many of you have observed that the moment you actually deviate from your standard transactional patterns, there's an immediate kind of a second check or a third check which bank introduces? I'm sure many of you would have done it. How all this is happening? These are the behaviors, the behaviors which we have developed over a period of time now with the aid of technology. So we have moved, rather than going to a bank, all of us have moved to online. Now, when we move online, there are transactions which we do. There is a possibility of frauds which are going to happen because of online issues. So there is a system. There are systems behind available, which are not visible to us, which are actually capturing your behavior. They track on what you are doing on a day-to-day basis. So banking is just one example. There are many more. They are just tracking your behavior. They know that, okay, every month you will be doing certain transactions. You will be paying electricity bill. You will be paying newspaper bill. You will be paying for your Netflix subscription. You will be paying your Amazon Prime subscription. They understand this pattern when you start using the system for a limited amount of time. And then the moment you actually deviate, they quickly catch that and immediately put a second or a third check and don't allow the transaction to happen. So these are some of the examples, how the real life is using artificial intelligence and machine learning, which are basically facilitating technology. They're not separate. You can't look AI separate and machine learning separate and data separate. They are all a combination of machine. The whole they work in tandem with each other. Nothing moves separately. So today the world has actually moved from a standard way of operating to a data-driven way of functioning. And the moment you talk about data, then that becomes a fodder for artificial intelligence. So if we are looking at autonomous cars and how are they going to succeed, the autonomous car at that point in time when it is on the road has to take a decision whether somebody is crossing in front of me, whether it's a pedestrian crossing or not. Now these decisions are based on machine learning, artificial intelligence, which is built inside the car itself. And how does he recognize it? That is where the machine learning comes in. Where the data of maybe thousands of billions of human faces or human structure features, everything has been shown to that system again and again and again and again to learn and understand that, okay, if I see something like this, it is a human being. If I see something like this, it is something else. It is an obstacle. So that is the relevance and importance of machine learning where we are heading today. Many of you must be following our corporate leaders, and very recently, one of the biggest leaders today, Mr. Ambani, who is probably number 3 or 4 now in terms of the turnovers and everything in the world, had made a very strong statement that data is the new fuel. And believe me, data is the fuel, and data by itself, standalone entity doesn't solve much, but that is what becomes a feed to machine learning and artificial. The statement has to be seen in those lights. So going forward, as we move ahead, this is where the world is heading. And as the budding students and leaders of tomorrow and professionals of tomorrow, it will be good for all of you to understand this at the very beginning and get your hands dirty in these technologies, because this is something which is going to take you a long way in your careers as you move forward. So with this small brief, I'll just probably move to a few slides which are in front of me, and they'll probably give you a slightly more clearer picture of how things are functioning. So as the first slide you all can read says that the machine learning will automate jobs that most people thought could done only by the people. Okay, simplest example for this in today's COVID world is are the small robots which are cleaning your house. They will move around your house and do the clean sheet which was being done by your maid servant till a few days back. Now these robots may be looking very simple devices, but to understand the corners and bends and corridors and rooms of your house, they keep traveling up and down and keep capturing and keep creating that learning as they move all around. There can be many various ways in which they do it, but they learn the topology of your house. They know that okay, this is where the corner is, or this is where the edge is, or this is where the corridor is, or this is where the room is. So they learn your topology of the house, and then they are all set. Then they just move around and do the job. So that is the simplest example, which probably just with this kind of a statement. Next slide, please.
1 second.
Yeah, so this is basically, if you look at it, the course curriculum which has been designed for this particular machine learning program. If you look at it from the left hand side, you will automatically realize that it is a mix of multiple disciplines. So you are talking about statistics, very important, because unless you have, and that is where again the data comes into play. So you need the data, you need to look at the statistical importance of the data. You need to know programming, you need to know validation techniques, you need to know learning algorithms. So it's a mixture. It's a mixture of various technologies which many of you actually tend to do in an independent manner, which doesn't really show you the complete picture. Okay, some of you will go and do, otherwise tendency is to go and do a programming course. You will go and do a Python course. Some of you may go and do a kind of a statistics course. Totality as part of this particular programs, you get a complete picture of how this whole ecosystem functions. So that's the relevance of this course, kind of the you are not doing a skills only for marketing, or you're not doing only programming skills, you're not doing only management skills, which has been traditionally that is what was being done. So many of us will go earlier if you ask the two generation back, or my generation, when we were probably your age, we used to think of doing an MBA. So you're looking only at marketing. When you think of doing a programming course, you just go and learn C or a Java or something. So you're looking at programming only. Or you want to get into a statistics, kind of, you want to be a professor, you want to learn mathematics, that is your aim. That is how things were designed at that point in time. Nothing wrong with it, but that is how the things were at that point in time. But today it is no more in that fashion. Today you need to acquire multidisciplinary skills to get into the core of where the opportunities lie and how things have progressed over a period of time. So that is what you have to very, very clearly understand, that rather than doing courses which are individual in nature, it may be a good idea, it may be a brilliant idea to do a kind of a consolidated kind of a skill sets, acquire consolidated skill sets which can make you a cut above the rest. So that's where it is, and believe me, there is no dearth of opportunities. All the high-end technology companies today, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Google, or or any other any other technology company, Tesla or whatever you may name it, they all look at these kind of skill sets because that is where the world is heading. Next, please. So this I already mentioned that there's these are some names, but you can treat them as domains. So suddenly you see that the sector, these are the company names, but when you convert them into domains, you will find that that is where the world is heading today. So enough opportunities as we go forward. And next, please. Of course, applications, there's no doubt of it. This is in front of you, and all of you are reading it practically daily in the newspapers on how things are, how various domains are making advantage of machine learning and artificial intelligence into day-to-day, into automating jobs or automating functionality which were elsewhere being done by humans. So simple example, if you see in the second figure is online customer support. Earlier good old days when you used to dial somebody, a helpline number, immediately there used to be a person at the other end who was responding your call. Trust me, today you dial any company, you will not find a person receiving a call at the other end. It is automated, and it is automated based on in many cases, it is automated based on your past calls. So twice he will ask you what is your preferred language, but third time when you call up, he'll automatically talk to you in that preferred language because that system learns that this particular number will like to talk to me in a particular language. So all these things, everything, small things, large things, everything is moving towards that direction. Enough applications all over. Video surveillances. Today, drones doing so much of a job. Okay, one part of the drone always is the data capture, but then that data again, as I mentioned, gets back into a kind of a machine learning system, which then starts detecting things. Everywhere you see today is possible to use machine learning and artificial intelligence. That is where the things are moving today. Next, please. Yeah, so I guess that's that's what all I had to say, and I hope the potential is realized by you all that where machine learning can probably take you. And all the best to all of you, and look at this very, very impartially. These kind of things are really required in the today's world and will probably be a great help for you all into your careers. Thank you so much.
Excellent, sir. Excellent. Thank you so much. It's wonderful.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening our students on the machine learning, the job opportunities, and the current market scenario. I would also like to ask you, sir, Miss, we have to elaborate the possibilities in the cybersecurity world, as many of our Indian people are facing this issue of theft and all. This hacker is taking money out of the Paytm and PhonePe. And could we have the collaboration and all? We need to highlight on this also, sir, on cybersecurity, as your biodata is mentioned on the cybersecurity. That's why I have initiated this.
So that is where I actually mentioned about the fraud fraud detections, which are a big thing today as far as machine learning is concerned. And if you look at it, if you take statistics of how these frauds are happening, or 70% times it is, you can say, they are self-inflicted frauds. Yeah, so you get trapped. You get trapped into being attacks and of things where you get trapped in divulging your information. Obviously, if you do that, that itself is a big hindrance. So these machine learning and artificial intelligence actually coming to an OTP. He'll give you an OTP and he'll allow you to finish this transaction. But the moment you go out somewhere else, I'm not saying a cyber cafe. Cyber cafe is anyway a risk. But even if you go to, let us say, your friend's house or your some relative's house or wherever you are, and you try to do the same transaction. Today, the system will actually detect that you are at a different location and trying to do it from there. He will immediately introduce 2 or 3 factor authentication into it. Pretty sure that it is it. So things have moved, but there is enough to be done. Because as you rightly said, there are still, because let's say I divulge my PIN or I divulge something to other person who has been doing kind of a phishing attack on me. So there is enough scope. There is enough scope still for improvement. No, even these kind of things finally need to be, you can't remain on human nature that, if he gives it, nobody can help it. No, the system should obviously do something. At least they should put a check and balance in place. So there is whole lot of things which are happening in this field today. Because moving forward in a digital environment is something which everybody is really looking at very seriously, especially in the country like India. So you're really looking at very seriously on all these things, and it opens up a huge opportunity for these kind of skill sets to be used or utilized in the industry. So I guess there's a fair amount of requirements in terms of skill sets exist today in cybersecurity space as well. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Our students will definitely take this opportunity, and we have very great future. Thank you for your patience. Now, I request Mr. Sanjay Gandhi, sir, who is Chairman and Director, Skill Edge Foundation, Director, Skill Development and Entrepreneurship at Vishwakarma University. So, please start your session.
Yeah, I will take hardly 3 minutes time to because already students are there from last half an hour. See, I will just give the review of it right now. Dr. Deepak Shikapur has told you about the plus plus. So what is that plus plus? You are getting good content, you are getting IIT certification, plus you are getting internship opportunities and placement opportunities, as we are the partner. Skill Edge Foundation is the partner with CII, Confederation of Indian Industries, where 70% of industries are registered on that portal. So we have got a portal, Apna Jobs, where the students can upload their resume for getting a good job. Second, we have got a partner with JS Hiring. These both the apps are available on Play Store. So JS Hiring is my other company partner for placements. They have got 1,000 plus IT companies registered on that. So these are the 2 major placement partners. IIT certification, knowledge, and excellence hands-on will come up, because in our iTrack, our LMS module, we have a learning module, we have virtual labs, and the third module is of internship and projects. So company put their problem statement on our portal, on our LMS. So the students may go and take their project if they are eligible for that. So these are the 3 things available on my LMS. So I appeal to all students to definitely take benefit of it. We as Skill Edge Foundation do this 40 hours curriculum of machine learning for 5,000 rupees a month for all early bird, and with the association with KJ group of institutes, we will definitely offer early bird offers, and if the people are students are interested and registered for this particular courses. Our next batch is going on 7th September. We have got morning batch also, we have got evening batch also. So depending on your time availability, definitely you can join the batches which we are launching on this LMS. This will be our second and third batch will happen on the same day, 7th September. So I appeal to the students to get connected with your HODs and get the opportunity of going to go with this IIT certification. I have finished my engineering in 92, and I dreamed for this IIT certification, and today it is very much possible. You are going to get IIT certification on your resume, you are going to get more opportunities of placements, and I will say a world-class curriculum which is designed by 4 subject matter experts in this particular field. So that's what I want to say. People should join this course. Sir, to you.
Yes,
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
From my side?
I will take this privilege, sir, to move ahead with this program. We will discuss on this and we'll take the feedback from the students. So all the students are requested to give your valuable feedback. We have shared the link to the respective head of the department. They will share you the link and we'll try to do the certificate from our end to that you have participated or attended this webinar. But that is a different story, the certification and all. Actual work is to you have to join for this certification course today. So I take this opportunity to thank all the Stage Foundation speakers, Dr. Deepak Shikarpur sir, Dr. SK, Professor SK Shukla, the Commander Pradeep Jaswani. They really highlighted on the current issues of the industry. Thank you, sir, for your valuable students. We'll see and we'll discuss with the head of the institution